Samsung may be preparing its biggest foldable lineup yet, and one device is already stealing the spotlight before launch. According to the latest Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold leak, the company is expected to unveil 3 foldable phones in 2026, including the Galaxy Z Fold 8, the Galaxy Z Flip 8, and a brand new model currently being referred to as the Galaxy Z Wide Fold. While Samsung has not confirmed anything officially, early details are now giving us a much clearer idea of what this mysterious new foldable could bring to the table. What makes the Galaxy Z Wide Fold especially interesting is that it may not just be another variation of Samsung's existing foldable formula. Instead, it could introduce a different kind of foldable experience, one that focuses more on screen width, better usability, and a more tablet-like feel when unfolded. If these leaks turn out to be accurate, Samsung could be setting up a major shift in its foldable strategy for 2026. The latest information comes from well-known tipster Digital Chat Station, who has shared some of the most important early details about the device. According to the leak, the Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold will feature a 7.6-inch inner display. On paper, that screen size may sound familiar, especially for users who already know Samsung's Fold lineup. But the real story may be the aspect ratio. The leak suggests that Samsung could use a 4:3 aspect ratio, or something close to 16:10, and that detail could make a very big difference in the actual user experience. Wider aspect ratio on a foldable phone could solve one of the biggest complaints people have had with book-style foldables for years. Many users love the idea of a foldable phone, but they often find the display shape too narrow for certain tasks. If the Galaxy Z Wide Fold really does arrive with a wider inner panel, it could make web browsing, video watching, gaming, reading, split-screen, multitasking, and document editing much more comfortable. In other words, this may not just be a foldable phone with a big screen. It could be a foldable designed to feel more natural in everyday use. Another major highlight from the leak is the battery. The Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold is said to feature a dual-cell battery system with a rated capacity of 4,660 mAh. The reported split includes a 2,267 mAh cell and a 2,393 mAh cell, while the typical capacity is said to be around 4,800 mAh. For a foldable device, that is a very promising number. Battery life has always been one of the most closely watched areas in foldable smartphones, and if Samsung really manages to deliver close to 4,800 mAh in typical capacity, it could give the Galaxy Z Wide Fold a clear advantage in daily endurance. What makes this even more interesting is that the leaked battery capacity appears to be better than the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and even higher than the rumored battery size of the Galaxy Z Flip 8. That suggests Samsung may be treating the Galaxy Z Wide Fold as a serious premium product, not just an experimental side device. A larger battery paired with better optimization could make a huge difference for users who want to use a foldable for productivity, streaming, navigation, photography, and long hours of multitasking without constantly looking for a charger. Performance is another area where the Galaxy Z Wide Fold may arrive fully loaded. The leak claims that Samsung could power the device with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset, which is also expected to power the Galaxy S26 series. If that happens, it would be a strong sign that Samsung wants the Galaxy Z Wide Fold to compete at the very top end of the smartphone market. This would mean flagship-level speed, better AI performance, stronger power efficiency, smoother gaming, faster app launches, and improved camera processing potential. Using the same processor as the Galaxy S26 lineup would also send a very clear message. Samsung would not be positioning the Wide Fold as a lesser foldable or a compromise device. Instead, it would be entering the market as a true flagship foldable with top-tier hardware. Of course, one important question still remains. Will the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 be available in every region, or will Samsung limit it to selected markets? That part is still unclear, and it is something many buyers will be watching closely as more leaks surface in the coming months. So far, these early Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold specs paint the picture of a foldable phone that could sit somewhere between the traditional Galaxy Z Fold line and a more media-focused productivity device. A 7.6-inch inner screen with a wider ratio, a battery that could reach around 4,800 mAh typical capacity, and a flagship Snapdragon chipset all suggest that Samsung is working on something much more refined and potentially more practical than previous designs. At the same time, there are still some very important details missing. The leak does not reveal anything about the camera setup, which is one of the biggest unanswered questions right now. Samsung's foldables have improved significantly over the years, but cameras are still one of the areas where users expect more from premium devices. If the Galaxy Z Wide Fold is going to sit near the top of Samsung's foldable lineup, then buyers will want flagship LVL imaging performance to match the display and processing power. Until more information appears, the camera system remains a mystery. There is also no official word yet on the design thickness, weight, cover display dimensions, charging speeds, or durability upgrades. Those details will matter a lot, especially because foldable buyers care about how a device feels in the hand just as much as what it offers on paper. The name Galaxy Z Wide Fold itself is still tentative, so Samsung may choose something different by the time the phone is officially announced. Still, even under a working name, the concept is already generating attention because it hints at a new direction for Samsung foldables. If Samsung really launches the Galaxy Z Fold 8, Galaxy Z Flip 8, and Galaxy Z Wide Fold together in 2026, it could mark a major expansion of the company's foldable ambitions. Instead of offering just two foldable styles, Samsung would be creating a broader ecosystem with more choice for different types of users. Some may still prefer the compact clamshell design of the Flip. Others may go for the standard book-style fold. But for people who want a wider display and possibly a more balanced tablet-like experience, the Galaxy Z Wide Fold could become the most exciting option of the three. For now, though, it is important to remember that this is still an early leak. The phone is reportedly still months away from launch, and Samsung could make changes before the final product is revealed. Even so, the information we have now is enough to suggest that the Galaxy Z Wide Fold could become one of the most talked-about foldable phones of 2026. A wider inner screen, a larger battery, and a next-generation Snapdragon chip are the kind of upgrades that instantly get attention, especially in a market where real innovation matters more than ever. As more Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold leaks continue to appear, the full picture will become clearer. But based on what we know today, Samsung may be preparing a foldable that is not just different in name, but different in purpose. If the company gets the size, weight, software optimization, and camera system right, the Galaxy Z Wide Fold could end up being one of Samsung's most important foldable phones yet. Until then, all eyes are on Samsung. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Galaxy Z Flip 8 were already expected to headline the brand's 2026 foldable launch. But now, the Galaxy Z Wide Fold is quickly becoming the wild card that could steal the show.